Happy Saturday, or I guess Sunday for some of you. Josh here with On the Wrong Lead. Little You've Got to Be Sha Tinning Me live here. I am joined as always by Mr. Matt Carlson. Matt, we are switching it up tonight. We're normally on, even though On the Wrong Lead is handicapping, wagering, and bourbon. Our podcast is normally a beer podcast, but I got the Blantons. I mean, even through the blur, I think people know this bottle. So
that's how you're gonna look after a few of them. So
yeah. So how's your Saturday, my friend?
it went okay. I got lit up at Woodbine a little bit, but that's all right. It was an early morning, kids soccer game, so we're running on fumes a little bit, but hey, nothing a little racing can't heal. So.
Oh God, dude. So I had a 9 a.m. tea time. The course is about 45 minutes from my house, so that meant like I had to be up by 7:30. Hop in the shower, left at 8, and the whole time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to the I'm gonna stop at McDonald's on the way in, or I'm gonna do something, or I'm just gonna go grab something real quick, and I'm forgetting I'm driving to the middle of nowhere. I am not passing a McDonald's at all on this trip. I'm like, it's all highway. Yeah, it's all highway and then like country roads. So I get to the course and I didn't eat anything. But it was a good time. Had some fun with friend. He brought his fiance's brother out with him, who's actually a really really good golfer, and he was like, it was funny because he was just telling me, he's like, dude, he's like you can see it. He's like, I can see it. Like, you just need to play. He's like, you just need to play. He's like, if you just play, like, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna be shooting mid 90s, low 90s easy. He's like, you just got to go play. He's like, you can tell. He's like, you when you drive the ball and you hit it, like, you're striping it right down the middle. You got to draw, like, it's beautiful. He's like, just once you get the chipping and putting figured out, he's like, it's gonna be easy street. So I'm probably gonna get some lessons and stuff this summer or this fall, and then we're gonna try and keep up. I might dabble in like a simulator league or something just to keep playing. But
there you go.
We're not here to talk about golf. We're here to talk about Sha Tin, and I'm in the process of getting all of my ducks in a row here. But we got a full card here. And Matt, what did you think in general of tonight's card?
It looks pretty formful. I think even my picks were kind of chalkier than normal. I stretched for a couple value picks somewhere, but I don't know. The top selections look pretty rough or pretty solid throughout. So I don't know that you're going to get a ton of prices throughout this thing, but we'll see. You never know, right? I mean, horses kind of coming back off a layoff. Some horses even running back second up here. Maybe, but I don't know. Zach might win 7 races tonight. I don't know. Might be rough.
Yeah, and it looks like we're about 22 minutes to post here to race one. So,
no weather, hot and firm, right? I mean, they have this new wind meter and up and whatnot, and so ideal conditions unlike last week, where I think we got some weather last week. So.
Yeah, your morning line, or not your morning line favorite, your current betting favorite at 7-5 right now is the 4. I am. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna have to get a couple things going here. So let's get the PPs up first. Here. And so the four is obviously gets Zach aboard, right? This is the horse that's winless here at Hong Kong. But people seeing Zach aboard, people gonna bet it. I'm of the opinion that if you are in Class 5 racing, you get one break in case of emergency Zach Purton call, and I'll trust you on that one. The second one, though, I'm just a little less inclined to bet that. And I mean, the horse last time, I mean, looked like a winner, and then just I don't know. I see a note saying that horse got blocked. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you call Zach up and you don't get it done, like I don't know. Taking a short price on this horse that is still winless here. The numbers look fine. The numbers look good, but I don't know. It just seems like a relatively easy fade for me on like a win type bet.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought of all the Zach runners tonight, like this is probably the one that's most beatable to me, or at least like the Zach favorites, if you will, right? Like, and I don't know, it's a weird race because like it's a shared race with the three coming out of that race too. And on my stuff, the Fig looks good, but it kind of is like it's almost like a 10-point jump for both those horses. And I don't know if that's a real Fig, like everyone just jumped up like that, or if none of them are going to kind of come back and show that. So, I think I picked the three as like my top value in here, my top play. I don't know if I'm totally sold on that. I think I might even look somewhere else on the win line, just kind of seeing the prices after I posted that. But, I mean, if I was going to take one out of that race, I think I would want to take the three over the four. Potentially just, I think Zach's getting overbet in this first one. But
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get a couple things going here for us while we're talking live to be able to kind of click through here. So I'm gonna try and direct some traffic here and have the the tote board going so we can see some of this stuff live. As well as bumping through some of the stuff I look at, some of the stuff you talk about. I already see some chat in here. Michael saying evening. And then Russ is already in here. He likes the 13. He thinks if the 13 closed like last race, he's got a shot. Dude, Russ actually messaged me. He messaged me earlier this week, and he goes, "I think this is the first time I've capped Hong Kong before your guys' podcast has been released." So he's out there. He's out there getting in early.
and aggressive. I like it.
Yeah. So but yeah, Circuit Fiery here. I mean, just 2.4 on the win line, 1.4 on the place line. I mean, they're betting this horse like is a sure thing. Um, it looks like probably the Brittany Wong horse is going to be your likely second choice. Honestly, I I tried to get there, man. I mean, I tried to get there. I'm just I don't I don't know what kind of trip this two is going to get. Um, Speed Pro actually likes the horse a bit as well, thinking that he'd probably have the second best energy fig there in that field. But when I look back at the PPs here, um, I mean, has a win at Happy Valley, but is 0-4 and 7 tries here at Sha Tin. Um, has not really had good success first up. I mean, like I said, I do like seeing Brittany get up, especially if, like I said, if it's a speed type. But Matt, I'm pretty sure I have asked you this before, but like I'm pretty sure there's a very significant drop off in her win stats anything over 1,200 meters.
He is 1 for 51 in the last year at 1,400. So not great. 2% is not great. Yeah, no, I feel like she's really good at 1,200. I feel like she's good in dirt, but I do feel like, and you see this actually with a lot of bug jockeys. Like I think Ellis Wong's a very similar case where, you kind of expect, okay, like they're dropping 10 pounds, or in Ellis Wong's case now 5 pounds, and you're going to get that. But I feel like just those one-turn miles and those 1,400 races and those 1,800 one-turn races, I don't know if it's that they send too soon or what happens, but the records there are not great. And so, yeah, I mean, I got the same thing, right? I mean, I think to your point, like on my figs, Windicator Framer looks great because he's dropping 10 pounds, right? Like it's like, okay, if you ran that race last time and you get 10 pounds allowance in a vacuum, fantastic. But I don't know. I don't think I can trust Brittany Wong in this horse, unfortunately. So the horse that
I
yeah, sorry, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I was just gonna say like I love betting a Brittany Wong long shot. And like that, like those 1 for 50 types, like sure I'll take a shot, but I just don't think at second choice in this field is gonna be where I'm gonna want to go. I'm just guessing she's gonna be second choice based off the place line. That's usually where I kind of think a lot of that money goes. I mean, she's second choice in or actually she's third choice in the place line now. So
Yeah.
money's coming in. Stuff it's already changed a bunch since I've looked. So
The public really is trusting that last out race between the 3 and the 4. And I mean, look, I mean, I think they're seeing similar to what I see in that one specific race fits. I just don't know. I don't know if those horses run back like that or if not. So I'm skeptical. I think I'd want to go elsewhere, but it's hard because it's class 5 and you're just looking at a bunch of pretty bad horses. The one horse that I guess interested me that has some more consistent races under his belt is the 10, My Flying Angel. I think that's the horse that, just based on prices right now, I'll probably end up win betting even instead of that 3, maybe. Or at least have a little bit of money through both of them. Maybe play like an exacta and try and either catch Zach underneath or maybe even toss him out of a Quinella. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously never hit the board in 7 chances at this distance. He's hit the board once in his life, but he's finally catching a decent draw. He's finally, he's moved down in weight. Like he's kind of had that rapid descent from class 4. I don't know. This just seems like maybe it's that horse that found his level. I mean, some of those class 4 races at Sha Tin weren't awful. So I don't know. I don't know what you'll get first up, but there's just not a lot in this field, and I feel like maybe there's some value there. But
yeah,
I mean,
what did you think of the so the speed map thinks that the 5 Colonel is going to be on the
I
lead
bet
here.
Colonel last week, so I don't know what to do with that horse. Look, that horse has, this will be its 82nd start, right? I don't know that it wants 1400. I look, Colonel's that horse that I didn't want to quit. Look, I mean, it's probably the only horse for Jamie Richards that has lost thus far too, which will tell you how bad it ran last out. I don't know. I made a case for him last week because I was like, okay, look, this horse is dropping in class. He ran class 4. Clearly, he has class 4 speed, right? He's getting the front in class 4. I'm like, maybe this horse can hang on in class 5, and you could maybe see the same thing. But this horse is currently 63-1, and so the public clearly doesn't think that this horse has any chance to hang on. And I don't know. I mean, this horse looks like one who's kind of headed for retirement, to be honest with you. I would love to bet that horse. I try to make a case. I made it for a case from last week, right? I was like, oh, this was going to be a great price. But yeah, he didn't show enough last week, regardless of, the track condition was not the excuse last week. Maybe he got some fitness in him with that one run, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if you get an announcement on Wednesday after this horse that he's not running anymore and he's retiring. He's hitting not the breeding shed because they're all geldings, but I have a feeling that before race 1 you'll hear this name on Wednesday, unfortunately. So
It's interesting that you think that's why they're just like running them back on 7 days.
I
That's
don't know. I don't know why they're running them back on 7 days. Maybe. I guess it wouldn't surprise me. But look, the price is enticing. I mean, I see 60-1. If I can make any case for 60-1, I would say bet it. But I don't know. Normally they wouldn't be wasting time and money to try and just slot someone in. They got to think something's there, but I don't know. The price surprises me because you would think even with cheap speeds, someone would be betting this horse if they thought it had any ability.
yeah. Michael says he had a note on him last week that he was a very quick pull up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I mean, it said there was a laceration too, right? I mean, he ran into trouble. It's just, if you see a minor cut to the foot, like, why are you running him back in 7 days? I don't know. That's the weird part to me. Is like normally, like, if there's any soundness issue, they would probably make the horse trial or something like that, and they're just like, nope, he's good. Like, I don't know, what do you? I don't. My cuts don't heal in 7 days. I don't know about a horse.
maybe at Zenny was out there with like a machete, like
got some new skin and some Flex Seal or whatever, and it's just the
yeah.
horse is gonna go lights out. I don't know. It's like it's a weird. It's definitely a weird slot, but
Yeah,
I mean, in the ideal case, I could make the same case I made for him last week that he's got class 4 speed. Maybe.
yeah. I I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time in this race. I think if I'm gonna place a win bet in this race, I'm leaning towards the 14 Lapras here, named after obviously the Pokemon, and those
Obviously.
Pokemon horses, man. They always run well. Uh,
There's like
but
8 Charizard horses. There's a fiery Charizard. There's regular
uh,
Charizard. There's...
but I thought this horse was interesting in this spot. Obviously, it's going to be the low weight. Um, and this is a horse that has run a couple of okay races off a layoff. Um, I think this is a horse that's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. Um, because I mean, you look at the last three races, and they're all at three different distances.
Better
You
figure
know,
it out because he's about to bottom out, right? Like
yeah.
this horse is going to get shipped out of the country if
Well,
he
I
doesn't
mean,
run well here. But
it's tough to say that because I mean, this is the horse that's picking. He's still picking up checks. Like he just hasn't won.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
Um,
true that he's a low weight in here after kind of what he hit the board on a mile last out, and then yeah, I don't know.
yeah, and then you get Matthew Chadwick aboard, and I think he's drawn all right. He's got the five post, and I think that he has got some sneaky speed. I'm not saying like, hey, going wire to wire. I mean, I think your speed is going to come from um, probably the five, um, and if not the five, I think the three. I think Team Happy is another horse that's going to at least inject some kind of pace into this race. Um, but I kind of see that the 14 might be able to get a nice little tracking trip. Like I said, we're at the bottom at this point, right? Take every advantage you can, right? You're getting the low weight in here, and I think if Matthew Chadwick can get aggressive with this horse and get this horse in that fourth spot ish, sitting in that second flight of horses. um, I mean, the horse has shown some ability. I just don't think he's put it all together to kind of win. And I mean, you're getting 17 to 1, right? Like, I'm, when I think of these early races, like when I'm up, like playing these and like actually following, like I mean, I'm basically win betting for the most part, right? When we do our podcast, right, we talk the late pick three, and I feel like there's a little bit of difference, right, when you're building a horizontal ticket versus when you're just, hey, looking for a win bet value. um and I like this 14 would probably be like on a pick ticket, probably closer to like a B type for me. I just think value wise, I think that's kind of where my eyes go. Although, the 13 Fairy Horse, which is the one that Russ had talked about, I thought he was a little interesting in here as well with keeping the 5 pound bug aboard, and I mean is a horse that we have seen make up a bit of ground. You got the nice 22.64 closing fraction there, and I don't think you got anybody else that has got a faster closing fraction than that. So. Um, the horse has got some kick. It's just, is the horse going to leave himself too much to do?
Yeah, I don't know how the track's going to play being this firm too. I mean, he should get a setup, right? If Brittany Wong goes, Colonel's going to go. I think there was another horse in here. I mean, maybe even the 10 that I like is probably going to be a little bit forward. So we should get some pace to run into. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the problem, right, is that horses end up in class 5 because they can't pass anyone, right? I mean, that's my always concern with these races. It's like eh, maybe at Happy Valley you can catch something like that, but at Sha Tin, I'm like, it's always tough in my mind to be closing from deep against a class 5 field, right? And, yeah, take last week out of it, I think a little bit because it was, the track was a little bit compromised with the rain. I don't know. I always have trouble betting even those low weight horses that can theoretically pass and first up on a firm course. It's just it's usually not where I want to go. Left it blonde, so
Oh,
not a
Leffe
shipment.
Blonde. Not Unibrow, huh?
No, I got to drive up for that. I can't get a shipment of that. Come on, there's
Really? You can't get that?
I could. I don't know. I haven't looked for it lately, to be honest with you. I could probably get some of the some of like the bombers potentially. I don't know.
Oh,
It's been
I
a while. So,
I got
but
such bad news for you, Matt.
I'm glad someone's gonna bet it. I feel better that I'm not gonna bet it then because I bet him last week because my model liked him a lot and I saw what happened. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
That,
like I slightly I disagree. I think a little bit with the speed map. I mean, the speed map's got the five, Colonel as the lone leader.
Colonel's gonna go,
I mean,
right?
he's
I mean
gonna
that
go,
that
but
horse is.
I just think that there's gonna be a little bit more pressure than. Um, but I mean, I guess they do have the 3 and the 10 kind of close up on there. So,
Yeah, I don't know about the 10. I mean, I think the 10 can rate. Like I said, I think it's probably gonna be my primary win bet. I just don't like you getting 4-1 on the 3 right now. It's a little low for me, given I have questions about that race. And if I like the 3 and I like the 4 coming out of that race, like probably not gonna get a lot of value out of it. So
yeah, I
um,
mean, like I think my question actually was more, um, seeing Brittany Wong, right, on the 4 horse, or sorry, on the 2 horse, like not necessarily a horse that we've seen, on the front, but like with the, I mean, we know what she does. We know what she does well. We know what she wants to do. You know, I mean, is she going to hustle this horse up, especially with the rail draw? I think there's a couple of questions I think in the um in the pace scenario. And it's interesting, right? Like I'm looking at the expert stuff, right, coming around. I mean, everyone likes the high weights in here, right? So they're all over the high weights in here. The public's going to be all over the high weights. Um, so I think there's going to be a bit of value in the lower weights, in here, or hey, maybe in the five, like we said, like I mean,
six,
you don't,
6-1.
yeah, you don't need a lot to to bet a
His
horse at
yeah,
sixty
his,
six to one.
he'll be winning the race at some gall, right? So
Hmm.
that's that's usually enough to bet some horse at close to 70-1 in my mind, right?
That's also known as the Josh school of handicapping.
Yeah, there you go. Three cherry special. Now,
It's like,
granted, that horse is old enough to drive probably at this point. So, 80 something races for a horse is a lot
hmm.
in Hong Kong. A lot, a lot. I don't know the record for most Hong Kong starts. It's probably higher than that, but 80 something's up there. I don't know if I've seen that many other ones. So,
Hey, I mean that's the beauty of this place, man. They run them.
yeah, I know.
I'm trying to get my EDW situated over here. Yeah, I'm gonna fire at this 14. See, they've got 2 minutes to post here. What the heck is going on?
I think I would bet in the 10. I think I'll play a 310 over 3-4-10. Exactly. Go with that. Try and catch Zach out of the win slot here.
Got
Jenny likes
Snap.
your 14. There you go. That's
There
all
we
you need.
go. Let's go, Jenny. Well, she actually like the other horse I actually liked in here. I do like the 3. Um, I do like the 3 a little bit. So I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take a little Quinella action here, a little 2-3-14 Quinella as well. But I got a win bet on this 14. I think the odds look really good. Yeah, I don't hate Michael's approach passing this race. I mean, I think on paper I thought the 3 and the 4 looked really good, and the public thinks the same thing. And I can't bet the 4 at that price, and I don't really think I don't really love betting the 3 at that price, but I think at least in the exotics you might be able to get something. But Model likes the 5-1, 11, and 9.
Well, I got none of those, so that's a problem. given given the way that model has been doing and how my model has been doing the first couple meets, that we'll see. So, But I didn't like the second race really either. From a passing perspective, I agree with that. Like these two races, I don't think are ones that I'd normally want to attack because it's low class races. But it's hard to call a live stream and then be like, we're not gonna bet. So,
Interesting. The 3 is the favorite in the place line in here. 3's
is he
taking a ton
really?
of money on the place line. Yeah, 1.2. Like the place line stuff always fascinates me. Like so
Yeah, I mean,
as a
someone's slamming that, right?
as,
Like,
so as our my former podcast host, the Wolf of Oak Lawn, Chase Sessoms, he had a theory on place line that in international racing, that's where like the sharp money is. So he would often like follow like Australian racing and stuff and follow place line money. And every once in a while, I'll have like 20 bucks in AEW and I'll fire on it, and it's I don't know, it's funny just some of the weird stuff there. And yeah, they did not get my 13 into this race early whatsoever.
they didn't get my 10 in there either. Found the rail, but
Yeah,
that's about it. Zach is very far forward. That either means his horse is loaded or he's doing something
I mean,
crazy.
or he just knows that the track is
Yeah,
concrete.
yeah.
I mean,
This is
man,
fast though, right? Like
yeah. Oh my God, I don't
my
like
10
this.
is gonna have to run through a lot of horses' asses right now to do something.
Oh, I think the 13 had run too, and then yeah, I don't think being all the way at the back was the play.
Come on with this 10. Get up quick. He's not gonna get there. There's no chance he gets there. Maybe. Maybe actually. Come on. Come on. Quick. Quick, 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 quick. There it is. There it
Yes,
is. There it
there it
is.
is. There
There
we
it is.
go. Oh man,
What a
dude,
run.
what
What
the
a
heck?
run.
Okay, first of all, what the heck was Matthew Chadwick doing? Because that horse
You can
was
ask that a
coming,
lot.
that horse was coming late, and he just had no room for like half of the straight. I have no idea. Dude, you know what? We just have to have you on live because apparently every time we do
I'm
these
not gonna
live
sleep.
streams,
I
you
just
just
I
fire.
need to
You just
not
fire.
sleep anymore. That's it.
Oh man, that was nice. That's a nice one to start. A little 8.8 on the win line there.
That is, I got the exacta for
A little Quinella or the
four bucks
exacta.
too. The exacta. I tossed the four on top because I don't want to play the Quinella. I wanted the exacta value. Like if I was against Zach, I don't want to play the Quinella. So
I don't know. Like I see. I always play the Quinellas, but I always play the Quinellas because of the pool size.
yeah, no, I agree with you. But I mean, I think in a case like that where you're like, you realize it's going to be a favorite that you're slotting in, right? You're getting all the money that's going to blast both sides of it, right? So if your value is I'm going to toss the four from the top there, there's
Actually, I
no.
just realized that I was on the wrong horse. I don't know why I was yelling at the 13. Russ is on the 13. I was on the 14. So my horse didn't. So Russ, I'm sorry, man.
Just
Ellis Wong, dude.
mushing you the whole way.
Yeah, Ellis Wong, dude. Like he owes you money. Like send the Venmo request in now because that man owes you money. I actually got, I think, probably the ride I wanted. Uh, I don't know why my feed is just like does not look great. I might have to try a different feed here. Does yours look grainy or is it just am I
Yeah, a little bit,
is
but
it?
I mean, I
Yeah.
I blew it up full screen. So there's the there's the base Hong Kong feed too. Um,
Yeah, I don't even know where the heck is my horse. I don't even think my horse ran a step.
I don't know how this 10 actually gets out. I mean, he looks screwed, like right
I mean,
about there. I'm
I,
like, there's no way he's getting out right here, and
I'm telling you, man, that
lucky to
13
actually
like
get it parted there.
the if Venmo request on that 13, man, that was
Oh, that's what Ellis
ridiculous.
Wong does, though. I mean, like, look, I mean, he has his specialties, but that's why
All
1400
right.
isn't it because it's
They
like he
got
just has to come way wide on that. So
okay, my 14 was involved early. He was just garbage. So, good call. But hey, we look at we got the winner. We got the winner on the
one
card.
for
You
one,
get
baby.
the right the HK Ultra, Keith Bush all over. He's heaping your praise. Um,
Unfortunately, right, I gave out the 3 on the internet before I saw the prices, so
uh,
it's I don't
I
get
mean,
credit for it. See,
hey,
this is why I'm dissuading the public, right? Like I'm giving you the fake picks. You got to tune into the live stream for the real picks,
yeah,
right?
here we
That's
go.
it.
Right, that's yep. And then
You get the benefit for staying up late.
if you want the real picks, all right, we have a paid Discord that you can join.
There's a Substack. We're starting. No, okay, that's low. I shouldn't say
It's funny. So, like real talk, and I mean, we only have on the wrong lead truthers on right now, so we can talk freely. Um, but like I floated the idea at some point about a Discord, and then I'm just like, it's just like no, like first I was like, all right, I'll just make a public one, but then I'm like, all right, well, we already have other public ones. Like, what's the point of this, right? And then I'm like, all right, we'll do like a paid one, but like just basically just to help cover just like all the nonsense that I pay for, like our hosting fees, our software that we do, our I pay music licensing fees, right? I pay fees for and not just like the software we use to record, but the software to create graphics and all that stuff. And most of it right now is paid through AM Wager. So shout out AM Wager, right? If you sign up through them, it's an affiliate deal, right? It doesn't cost you anything. We just get a little bonus depending on how much you bet on there. So there's our link through that, and then whatever we get from YouTube, which is like honestly not a lot. Um, but luckily, like I said, our expenses are low. So at a certain point, I'm like, hey, the public discords get so big, right? It's just, and then like even Twitter, right? Twitter's like the big public square, and like it's hard to like filter through like information or like good stuff when uh when there's just so much noise, right? It's like there's a thing like Twitter's unusable right now. Like as a normal platform, like Twitter is just absolutely unusable right now. Like if you guys like if you follow my feed, like 95% of my feed is horse racing stuff, and I mean it's just the whim of the day just fills up my feed, right? It's just unusable. It's like you have to like look for certain stuff. Anyways, all that being said, so I was like, all right, well, do something like $3 a month or $5 a month for access to the Discord. But then I don't want to start going through where it's like it feels like people are paying for something, right? And like not giving value. And then like it just starts getting all weird, right? Like once you get money involved. And so like I started getting the ick thinking about it. So then I'm just like, all right, like we're just gonna keep things as we are and just, keep putting the content and stuff like that out. But
Yeah.
that
I
I
mean, I've
know
had, same sort of thing with me. It's like I've had people reach out being like, hey, like, do you want to, connect on Hong Kong and, take it more seriously? And it's like, at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you feel this way, right? Because it's a huge time investment, right? And we put a lot of work into this. But at the end of the day, we're like, this is a hobby, right? Like, I do this for fun. And if I don't, once you start, you know, like you said, getting money involved and getting people, uh, it just doesn't become fun anymore, right? You become obligated to things. And like, I'm happy to give out numbers, but like at the end of the day, if I suck at this, like, so what? I don't owe you anything, right? Like, I don't,
yeah, but if you suck at this, it will be part of the record. It is being tracked.
well, I mean, I did suck at that because I had that, right? Like,
Uh,
it's anonymized, right? No one knows who I am, so it's good.
yeah,
I know who
there's
I am. But
there's Russ. Russ, nothing like saving ground the whole race and going 9 wide down the stretch. I'm telling you, man, he had to get out early. He had to get out earlier, and he didn't. And I felt bad because I thought it was my horse, but in fact, it was your horse. My horse was just bad the whole time.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I would say, right, like the biggest thing, of all the things that I started to do in this, and like I was like, oh, like I could run figures and it'd be great, which is good, right? Like, I mean, I trust the things that I run and do all that. But honestly, like the thing that I use that trumps that stuff the most is seeing jockey numbers on specific courses and specific distances. Cause I'm like, wow, that's a power toss. Like, you can't bet that jockey, regardless of how good the horse looks. And sometimes that loses, but like, you know, there were many times where it's like, hey, look, that horse that Ben Thompson's riding looks great. No, don't bet them. You can't. You can't do it.
yeah.
So
Hey, but like we were right about that 4, right? And I
Yeah.
think part of, like I said, what Michael's point, handicapping the boards is important as the horses, right? And like that's the thing, like with with Hong Kong, I think with Hong Kong especially, but you see it in all the major circuits in the U.S. as well, right? Where's IRAD? Where's Pratt? All right, and then like you have to like make you have to make a decision, right? Because you're like, I already know that this horse is gonna bet because of the connection, because of the jockeys, right? And I think like when you get Zach on a horse, like you have to be honest with yourself. You're like, all right, like, am I getting the price I really need on this horse? Because generally his horses get bet down. And like I said, the 4 made a ton of sense, but like you knew he was going to be 7-5, and it's like at that price, like it doesn't make any sense to bet. So, um, but yeah, and that's like a tough thing too. Like I in my past couple years that I've been doing this stuff, and obviously like we do this stuff for fun, but um, I try and be conscious of this, right? Because like how often, right, do we see a morning line in the U.S. and we're like, oh, this horse is 20-1. Like, look at how smart I am. I picked this 20-1 horse, and then he goes off at 5-2 favorite, and it's like, what the heck are we doing here, right? So like, I like you got to think about that obviously, and I think as us, people talking in the public, and I think Keith does a good job of trying to push the fair odds stuff, right? Because at a certain point, right, it's like, hey, I like this horse, but you know, uh, let's take Rich Strike for example, right? Who I forget what his closing odds were, right? But right, that was like a one in a million ride that he got. Um,
You didn't get 1 to 1 million on that horse. I mean,
and
that
you
was the
didn't get
issue,
one
right?
exactly, and you didn't get
You
one to a
got
million on a horse, right? But like I'm saying, like, and the Derby maybe is a bad example, but there is a price for every single horse in every single race. You're not going to get the price, but there is a price. And I actually think what one of the fundamental misunderstandings I think sometimes people have of computer wagering is people just assume they know who's going to win and they bet that horse. And it's like no, it's like what they're trying to do is they're trying to balance the market into a favorable way where they're getting the right price on the horses. And yes, maybe right, the horse that the public thinks should be 2-1, the computers think should be 7-5, right? So it gets corrected to that. But like what people also don't understand is the horse that the computers think should be 6-1, right? Or the computers think should be 20-1, like you guys think the computers are only betting the short prices? I'm pretty sure the computers are also betting those long prices if they're getting the right price on it. You know what I mean? So like, you kind of got to think about it that every horse has got the right price, right? And it's about efficiency and about like, are you getting your money in good? I think I always think like since doing sports betting when you think about like closing line value, right? Like you want to get your money in with the best price, and like that's the quote unquote win. Well, it's the same thing in horse racing, right? Like you want to make sure that you're getting some kind of value on the horse, and like sometimes the value is the 6-5 that should be 2-5, and maybe that's a little bit harder to see, and sometimes it's the 20-1 horse that should have been 10-1, right? Like there's value in different ways, but I feel
yeah.
like sometimes like Keith's model saying, hey, you know this horse looks great at 66-1, and it's like, yeah, that horse didn't win, but like I'm sure like if you ran that race 65 other times, like, hey, there's probably one in there that maybe that 5 goes wire to wire. But I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I mean, I think you can read a lot of stuff on like Bill Bender, right? Who's clearly a lot smarter than me or you, or no offense, probably a lot of people betting this game, right? But I mean, I think his big thing, right, was blending it back to the market, right? He's kind of saw like, hey, if you do this stuff in a vacuum, you can create your own analysis of everything. But his big thing was that the all of us is smarter than the one of us, right? And so he's you have cases where, and I mean anecdotally, and both even in his published stuff, he basically was like, hey, I'm going to come up with prices, but I'm also going to blend that back with the market, and that mediary, that hybrid approach of what I think and what the public thinks is a much better result than just what I think, right? um and I think kind of using that to follow the market and say, hey, look, I like this horse, but you know in a case like that 5, right, where I would think, hey, like my model, would say, hey, look, like this horse has speed. It's had speed in other classes, etc. But the all of us, quote unquote, the market, with everyone betting into this, would they really think that that horse is 70 to 1 if he had any ability to close? Right? Who someone would know something if they thought, hey, just that horse had some kind of chance in this race. And I mean that I think is a perfect case, because that's a very obvious circumstance where it's like that horse is going to get a lead. You know how that horse is going to win. Whereas like I feel like a lot of 70 to 1s, right? Like the cases that you really don't know how that horse is going to win, right? You don't know, like, is the race going to break down? Is he just going to get a good trip, right? Like is it is he going to show something off of a layoff? Like at 70 to 1, right? Like you really don't want to bet known quantities. And I think the problem with me betting that 5 there was like, what that horse is going to do. Like everyone sees what that horse can do, and they still made it 70 to 1. That's a problem versus, somebody just going into a contest and picking all ones because, maybe a 70 to 1 hits in there because someone just, some horse shows something that he's never done before, something that a computer can't possibly handicap because it's not on a page, right? So, there's layers to that. I think it's like, makes it a little different just to, understand, hey, what watching the board means, and understanding, okay, like, are my bets actually, you know, theoretically in the ballpark here? That said, it's a really good segue into this race because I like a horse that's currently 43 to 1. So,
There we go. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, I think I honestly, like, I was gonna say, like, I you've heard me say that, you heard me say this, and I think I was kind of trying to like build this up a little bit here again too. There's a price for every horse, and I'll tell you, 6 to 5 is not the price for this one. Only you. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the markets all over this one, and it's uh, not to sound like a broken record, right? But uh, you get Zach once at Class 5. That's it. That's your only shot. All right, I ain't giving you a second one at a short price, right? And he was second by a head, and he got bet to just smithereens in that race. And I just think it's the same. Like, why are we expecting something different in this spot? Like I get it, right? Like you're gonna get it's a different field and everything like that. But like, I don't know, man. Outside drawn, 12 posts, going 7 furlongs on a horse that, I mean, he's gonna be coming late. Um, but I just don't think that this is the price for him. I honestly, here in this race, I think if I were to lean anywhere, it would probably be the 6, which is the horse that Zach is getting off of. Um, but I just think that you're getting a better price. You're getting a horse that at some point Zach thought enough of to hop on. And this is a horse that was second by a length. And oh, by the way, guess what? You're getting 11 pounds because you're losing a pound, and you're getting Brittany Wong with the bug aboard. So a little concerned about the post, right out in the parking lot. Um, I think the price is probably right here for a shot on the 6 fight time. But we're not here to talk about 11 to 1s. We're here to talk about 40 to 1s apparently. So Matt, who did you like here?
So there were two horses that I liked in here. I did like the 12 Mr. Good Vibes. I think this is a horse that I've bet previously, right? Like I think I've, you know, taken him as a bomb before, so I'm kind of going back to the well here. I don't know that he has some races that look okay, right? Um, that last race specifically, I think, kind of drawn outside, making up ground. If you look at some back races, like way back in the class four, he had a couple races in class four that, did fit. I don't know. I'm just like, this is a really bad field. And I'm like, okay, if he has a couple races, even way back, that look okay, he's got a win in class five at, 1200 at Sha Tin. So I'm like, okay, maybe, right? There's got to be something here. And I don't know. Again, like I said, this race is, I don't like anybody in this race realistically. So I'm like, okay, if he has races that fit and the last race looks okay and maps just as well as any other horse on my figures, like, all right, there's a shot here, right? You can excuse the wide draw last time, etc. So maybe there's something there. I guess the other horse that I liked in here was the 5 Cash is Cash. Same sort of thing. I thought, if you kind of squint and turn your head sideways, you can. I don't know. I don't know if you really want to toss the last because theoretically, he got the lead at first call and to a very slow pace and faded out the back, which probably isn't the greatest of circumstances. But other races, he kind of looks like he's progressing up, right? I mean, these figures kind of keep moving forward. I thought the trial looked pretty decent last out. So I think I'll, kind of both the 5 and the 12 in here. I think if anything, I'd probably throw Ellis Wong in on the 7, even though he is a 0 for 49 at 1400, like we just talked about.
Hmm.
So maybe I don't use that one. But yeah, I don't know. This is just a really bad field, so I figured I'd go with some prices. If Zach beats me here, so be it. But right, I mean, I don't know, a 1 for 24 horse with Zach aboard drinking from the 12 post. That ain't it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
Mike,
do it.
Michael the same sentiment. You got to show me more than Pertin on the first up with an outside draw at 6 to 5, and yeah, it's just like I said, like I get it, like, but you got to remember this is the bottom of the barrel, and you know
Yeah.
you're asking a lot. I think you're asking for Zach to really pick this horse up and cross it over the finish line at 6 to 5.
And I did say I still think Zach wins 6 races on this card,
Yeah,
probably. So, like, that's how he looks, really, the rest of these races. Unfortunately, I do think it's going to chalks out after this race, but
but
this is
like
where I think I took my shot a little bit. So,
I think like that's also like but like that's also the difference between like he's 6 to 5 in the spot versus like him being the 3 to 1 favorite. Like it's just I think the price is just unrealistic on this horse's chances. So, um, and like I said, like the horse could still win. Like I mean, the horse could win. The horse could completely err, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just like I don't think this happens half the time.
yeah, I think
In order to make the 6 to 5 play profitable.
that's the one you got to live with, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Um, yeah, I looked at the 5. I thought the 5 had a shot at being controlling speed in here, but every time this horse looks like he's controlling speed, he's faded out the back.
yeah,
Um, I, I mean, he does get the rail here as well. Um, you're getting 6 to 1. Is he? I think he's your current second choice right now. Um,
yeah, I think you're right. I was just looking at that. So,
yeah. And just like you, I mean, I tried to make a case for the 7 Verbeer because I mean, I love to bet speed, but um, yeah, I don't know. Like he's going to be outside of the 5, and I mean, he's real. I mean, he did try and show some speed last out, obviously off coming off the layoff here, like most of these horses, but now he's drawn even more outside. Like I don't know. I'm not feeling it with that horse. I'm thinking hopefully the 6 gets involved a little bit earlier, and the weight break is enough. I think to get that horse across the line. And like I said, it's another horse in. I've been looking at first up. It's got a second and a third, right? This is the horse that's run well, fresh first up. So and it's a horse that likes to hit the board. So it might be useful in like Quinellas and other stuff there, but I like the 6 in here quite a bit. I think I'm gonna get a decent price. Um, we'll just ignore everything that Matt said about 1 for 51 at 1400 meters for Brittany Wong. Uh, and
She's 1 for 52 now.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
update the
oh, 1 for
stats.
52. Thank you. Thanks for updating it. Yeah, Michael's saying she's sending from the 13. And
Yeah, no,
honestly,
she's
like
definitely
it,
going right.
yeah, if
Like,
she's going, I mean, like I like it. Like I do think like um yeah, I don't know. I think that this is a horse that maybe a little snake bitten. Um, I mean, it's the horse it's got finished in the money 6 times in 12 starts last time, so last season. So, um, yeah, I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot with the 6 at the price. Because honestly, like I don't see much of a difference between the 6 and the 1, and I'm getting 12 times the price on the 6. Well, I mean, I guess you're getting Brittany Wong instead of Zach, but if you were to ask Matt, I would
there's
say
your
that
difference,
I
right?
would say that's probably an upgrade for me. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the 6 here. Oh, Tom Wood, great job making the
Best
1 your best
best
bet.
bet to one.
Yeah,
They're paid to pick
yeah, I
pick some
know,
chalk.
I know,
They're signed up that way.
I
I
know.
I'm just looking through trying to find some other value in here. Maybe the 8. I don't know. That horse has been kind of like he's been on that power slide from class 3 to class 4 to class 5, and it's never really shown anything. But maybe he's one of those horses that can just find his level, right? Like you're getting the right price for a horse that at least has been in the mix the last 2 or 3 races, right? Like as opposed to finishing dead last the full start of his career. So like, okay, maybe you get a horse that's progressing a little bit. Maybe you can find something in this one.
Dude, Jenny's my girl tonight, man. Jenny's all over the 6.
I mean, look, she's we'll see. What Tom Lally made this 9 his best bet. That's a
Yeah.
weird. This is a weird race to best bet. I'm like and more power to him, but I don't see any horse in here that I'd feel overly confident in. This is just one of those races that I'm like 1 out of 10 confidence. So just try some prices. I might
Yeah.
use this 8 in a Quinella. Like just go 5, 8, 12. To be honest with
I
you,
was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking 5, 6, 8 here. I'm just gonna do it for a buck. Just I'll do it for $2. Just to feel like I'm alive. And then I'm win betting the 6. But yeah, Paul loving the 9 Panda Legend. We didn't even talk about the 9.
I don't know what he. I don't know if anybody heard what he was chirping at from that one, but
No,
I know
I don't
they're
have it
pretty
on.
public about their picks and why they picked them. I'm scrolling through. I can't see. Maybe it was that last up race in Class 5 where he hit the board from the right post. I don't know. Yeah. He's got a win on the track and distance. That's more than
Most of the
probably
field.
anybody else in the field. So
Yeah, this is a
that's
pretty this is a
it's a
pretty meaty
rough
field.
race. Right? Like this, the 3 has a win at the distance too. That's and
I'm
Zach
sorry.
and the
I can't
1.
wait till we get to race 3. We get to talk about real stuff.
Yeah, well, that's when I think it gets chalky, but that's all right. So,
Oh yeah,
and by real stuff,
is
you mean all weather, right?
is Brittany Wong in the chalk?
Is she even racing in that race?
Yeah, she's on like the 4 or something, I think.
No, Teaton's on the 4. I like the 4. She's on the 5.
No, she's on 5.
Jolly companion. You play double into her if you want. Brittany Wong double.
Oh, I mean, come on, it doesn't take much to.
Lightning got to strike twice for that. So.
Oh, I can't play double because at least on the AEW I'm using right now.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I've been I have my main AEW is currently light on funds, and I didn't feel like re-upping on there when
I
I had
got you.
money on another ADW. So, oh, light is on. Oh, who's the Golden Gate guy? Why am I forgetting his name?
Dinnerman?
Yeah, Dinnerman. And the red light is flashing.
He's in Monmouth now. Come on. You're not
Yeah.
watching Monmouth? You're
I'm
not
not
betting?
watching Monmouth. No.
It's only 2 days left.
Dude,
Come
the
on.
only time I would watch Monmouth is because Bobby would get me like all hyped up, because he'd be like going on track and he's like going. And now that Bobby's a Chicago guy, man, like, dude, Bobby asked me, he's like, dude, I'm thinking about taking the family to Hawthorne. I'm like, uh, no,
It's
like,
not. That's
I
not a
love,
family
no,
place.
I love Hawthorne, but I just right now, like, it's just there's no room, like, and like I just his like he was gonna bring like a newborn, like I'm like, hey, like if the kids were a little older, like sure, but like don't have your wife come with a newborn, and like. I'm like we can go to one of the nice OTBs instead.
I have
Um,
not thought about Hawthorne all year. Where I was betting them, I think a little bit last year. They're kind of in that situation where they're damned either way because they had that takeout that was unsustainable for them, and then they removed it, and now it's unsustainable because no one's actually betting them. So
yeah,
they're in a tough
it's
spot.
just rough everywhere, man.
Yeah, except here, Hong Kong, money flows. So
Man, it's 14. You know what's funny is the 14 was a horse I looked at for a while because I was kind of like, you know, it's like, little wait, let's just go for it, man. Let's just send it. Inside post, 103 to 1.
and rising,
Oh man. My
that's
six
what was going
my
the
six
wrong
is
way.
my six is taking money.
Brown only at the 11. Let's say he found the front. That's not who I expected being up there. 12 is drifting the wrong direction through the field here.
Where is the 5?
He's on the rail. He's sitting fourth, I think. Yeah, he's in that second flight right on the rail coming around there. So
I can't tell if my video is grainy or if Brittany Wong's doing the iRed thing where it's just completely full of horse.
I don't know that Brittany Wong would be sitting on a horse like Irad would, but
I don't know. That's why I'm saying.
just a thought. All right. Well, the horse I really like is sitting last, but this 5 is potentially coming through here.
Come on, Brittany.
Stay brave with this 5. Cool.
Come on, Brittany.
Nope. There you go.
Wong Simps unite. Let's
Yeah.
go. Dude, I knew it was gonna happen when my horse got freaking like quartered.
I was hoping that 5 was going to hold on. Damn. Oh,
Oh, let's see. What was that? What's that Quinella paying?
yeah. All right. Why was that one so short? I mean, I guess he hit the board, but never looked like a
6-5.
winner.
Yeah, I know, but that, like I said, but like,
Yeah, it's value.
dude, I like Michael saying love that weight advantage, dude. Literally the only reason that horse won because like I don't man, she was trying to get into the horse, but it did not look like the horse was responding. But I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah, and I mean, in a field like that, 10 pounds is probably, I mean, it's got to be the difference, right? So it's like,
now I'm gonna be sad that I couldn't play the Brittany Wong double. Oh, what the heck, man! I hate when ADWs do this. When they give you the Quinella payout in 20-cent increments.
hold on, I got you.
But I think it's gonna pay $80.
You can check it on the, if you hit the Quinella place, you can
Oh,
see the,
duh.
well, good luck deciphering it. It's after a few beers, this table is very, it's a little
I'm like I have
much
the
for me.
tote in
I'm
front of
like,
me. I'm sitting here looking at my phone, my ADW, like a dumb American, right? I got the tote right in front of me. Uh,
I don't know what the base is on this either. If this is
I think it's just flat odds.
it's a 40, so you get
Yeah, so I had it for $2, so it should be 80.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. HK Ultra saying I think she's improving. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I am. Hey, Matt, can you update the stats for me real quick?
yes, that she's two for 83 now. So
Thank you.
she's 4%. She just did 100% increase. She's 100% better than she was one race ago. That's statistics. Yeah. No, she is like right. Like she used to just power send, and I think they've talked about that on like some other podcasts too. Like if you listen to like the Triple Trio, this is something I listen to every week. And they were talking about that. Of course, they refer to her affectionately as the girl, but aside from that,
The girl, yes.
they have been saying that it is she's riding more strategically than just power sending. So yeah, I mean that way if she's learning, and that's gonna be a huge advantage for her. In
Yeah.
those types of situations where she gets 10 pounds and she knows how to ride. So once they start letting her ride a Happy Valley, she's gonna be deadly. Also, so that's
Oh, they don't let her ride there?
I forget the rules, like how long you have to
Oh,
wait.
isn't she not? Is she not like fully licensed? Is she like
I forget, and she might be
yeah.
this year even, or it might take effect. I forget. I knew it at some point, but um, yeah, I there's something with that I just can't remember because you know a couple beverages in the off season and whatnot. So
No, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Well, like unfortunately, like I don't bet Happy Value as much as I know you do, Matt, because you're just an absolute degenerate.
a
You wake up that
degenerate,
early.
yeah, no,
I'm
yeah,
just not a
I get
morning
you. Thank you,
person. Like
for
I
that.
will like I'll
They open them
literally
up the
stay
night
up.
before. What are you talking about?
Well, that's a funny dude. It's like I'll stay up. I'll literally watch like all 10 races at Hong Kong on Sha Tin. That's not a problem for me. But getting me to wake up like 3 hours before 2 hours before work starts to watch Happy Valley, like no, that ain't
And I
happening.
recommend not sleeping.
Just
Okay,
not sleeping. Yeah.
that's the key. Just don't sleep ever. Yeah. What do those like snipers take? They're staying up for 72. I need some of that. What's the no? That's probably actually not a timely thing to say, but the military people that stay up for like 72 hours at a time, like scouting something out, is what I meant. So there's some drug that lets you, stay awake that long, and it's not alcohol. So
That's definitely not alcohol as
that's
I
what I'm
pour myself
trying.
another
But
drink. Dude, so we went to the classiest of establishments for dinner tonight. We went to Chili's.
triple dipper. Or,
Dude, you know what? That I so all day that was the plan. The plan was I'm getting the triple dipper. That was the plan. And then I told you right. I was talking about the golf. Like my day was just messed up from the start, right? Because I didn't eat anything until that turn hot dog after the ninth hole, and so I was starving at like 2 o'clock, and so I grabbed some food, and now like I said, my appetite's not the same, right? So, um, I was kind of like not super hungry, and then I'm like the triple dipper's not gonna it's not gonna reheat. It's not gonna. So I'm like I'll just get a burger. But um, like basically my wife was getting a massage literally like right next to a Chili's, and like we always just like talk about like she'd gotten lunch or something from there once or something like something, and she was like the food was actually not bad. And I was like, I mean, it's always fine. Like, it's not anything. But, like, it's funny. Everything is just so fucking expensive now,
yeah,
right? Like, I mean, you go, dude. I got Popeyes for lunch, and I think I got a three-piece meal, and it was like $15, right? And then I go to Chili's, and my burger was like $14, and I was at a sit-down restaurant, and it's just like what's going on over here, man? This is wild. But anyways, all that being said, they do like a $6 margarita of the month, and so it was a mango margarita this month, and so I got one of those, and then my wife and I each ordered a cocktail after that, like a normal cocktail off the menu, and man, wouldn't you know it that the $6 cocktail probably had more booze than the full price ones and tasted
Yeah,
better? It's wild, man.
they treat you right, you know.
I
So
guess, man. It's just like, I mean, it'll get you there, right? You get enough of them in there, it'll get you there. Uh, but we used to go to Chili's a lot in college. That was always the move. We would just go get margaritas and chips and salsa. But uh, oh baby, yes, yes, he's talking my language. We need a Magic the Gathering update
oh
before then,
god,
dude. So this works out great. So I posted a video earlier today um, of these lovely trading cards that David Barista sent me. Yeah, these things are real cool. He did these like little trading cards with like the races and stuff on here. Um, and so I posted it and then I shared it in our private chat that we have for that me, Mark, and Caleb do just to like talk our stream stuff and stuff like that. So I send it. And Caleb's response was hilarious. What was it? Uh I was so afraid it was going to be Magic the Gathering cards, and I was going to have to chat with you about what we post on the shared account. So, um, but funny enough, on my way back, I went to my buddy texted me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm at this card shop with my daughter. His daughter is really into Pokemon cards. So they went to like they had like a release event for the new Pokemon set." And so they're like, he's like, "Hey, I'm at the shop," and it literally was like 10 minutes away from me at the time when I was driving back. So I was like, "Oh, I'll just stop by and see see what's up." So I did buy a couple of Magic the Gathering singles here. So I do have a couple things here. But man, I'll tell you, man, it got a hold of a couple of my buddies pretty bad. It's funny, like I have I have a bag now that I like the deck box I have is like this big. It holds 800 card decks in it. Like it's just real bad, man. It's I don't know. And so
this is why I quit playing like 30 years ago, right?
I
Like
mean
or 20 something years ago, right? Like I stopped when, and granted, you know, look, no one's gonna get this probably except you. Like the best thing that happened to me was that I tried to play during Ice Age, and Ice Age is the worst set ever created. So it
yeah.
forced you out, being like, you didn't have any cards worth shit. So if you ever had a set that had no value whatsoever, it's that one. So
It's actually really funny because so I sold my collection in high school. I want to say I was a senior in high school. So in high school, I was on the uh, I did a ton of stuff in high school. So I was on the football team for a couple of years. Then I switched over to I was actually football and tennis my first 2 years, and then I switched over to golf and volleyball my junior and senior years. So I lettered in golf and volleyball. Um, Golf was a no cut sport, so but volleyball was a cut sport. But I played, and I still actually I still play to this day. I play a couple nights a week for volleyball, but um, I also did Scholastic Bowl and the chess team. So we the in you know I never really took chess super seriously. And like chess was I mean you know I this was I graduated 21 years ago, so like in 2000 like computer stuff was still like it was still like getting going, right? Like it's not like it is now, right? Like I've gotten exponentially better in at chess in probably a month playing on chess.com than I did probably like my entire career in high school, even though I was playing all the time. Just because there's so many better tools, there's so many better puzzles and all this other stuff to
yeah,
like
you got
learn it.
deep blue in your pocket, basically, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. But anyways, so at a certain point, I joined the local chess club. So I was in a chess club in high school, and like I played on team there or whatever. But there was a local chess club where some of like the quote unquote like I'm putting this in quotes, the rival schools, our rival schools. We were all friends, like because like we would go to these tournaments all the time. So like you'd spend like your
There's no
weekend with
chess
the same.
rivalries. There's
No,
no
because like you'd spend a
like,
week. Although I do have a funny story about high school chess, which is just um, I think it's funny, and it's funny that I still remember this, um, but like so like you'd see the same people at tournaments, right? And like so like you just hang out, and um, like there's a lot of time between games and tournaments, so like we used to play like Bug House, which is like a 2-on-2 chess format or whatever, and but you'd also play Magic. Like people would bring Magic the Gathering cards, we'd play Magic. But long story short, I joined this local chess club, and I was talking to one of the guys, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, you have Magic cards? Like, I'll buy them off you." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, and I brought him in, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, you got some all right stuff." He's like, "I'll give you like $200 for them." And like, I mean, in high school, $200 is a shit ton of money, you know. And I didn't have anything like I didn't have anything like old, right? I didn't have like stuff like I had friends who had like the dual lands, who had like stuff from alpha, from beta, like that kind of stuff. Like I didn't have any of that. All my stuff was from Tempest, Urza's block, and if you follow Magic the Gathering now, like I'm saying these words, and now you're like you fool, when I'm mentioning the sets that I had stuff from, um, and yeah, so like I sold it for 200, and like at this point, like one of the cards was actually my playmat is a card. It's a Sliver Queen, which is the most expensive card I ever had apparently because it sells for like $200 or something like that. And that was in the collection. So like I definitely at this point that collection would be worth far more than the $200 or so I got in college. Um, but my other friend he kept everything, but his story is even funnier because maybe about 10 years ago we kind of had interest like repeaked, and so we were going and we were doing drafts like every weekend, and we would go, and so he knew the guy who owned the store, and the guy's like, look, instead of paying me money you can just give me one of your old cards, right? And so he would like he told me, uh he's like, yeah dude, he's like, I know for sure I gave him a Grim Monolith, uh and Grim Monolith currently $372 for one, and so he knows he at least gave him one. He says he still has one, but like, just like all these like random cards that he was just I mean it's like Bitcoin, right? Like no one he didn't know, um, but um, but yeah, like it's it's been fun playing with the same friends again. One of my buddies has gone full nerd and he bought a printer, and so he's like printing out proxies and stuff. Like he's going all out. Um, I'm still 100% all natural, using just the actual cards I own. But I did ask him to print a Warhammer 40K deck that they came out with. That apparently I was at the store today, and they're like they wanted $300 for it because it was like a limited printing. And I'm like, yeah, that one I'll proxy because I don't really care that much. So he's printing it out for me, but it's been fun. It's definitely brought back some nostalgic memories, and it's just been fun to get together with my friends and do that. Like I said, for the most part, all the guys I was getting together with already in my board game group, right? So we're doing all the kinds of nerdy stuff. Um, but going back to the chess story, so I was not very good. I was probably like between like 850 to 1,000 strength player, USCF, which is like the American Chess Federation, United States Chess Federation rating. Um, so not like super strong whatsoever. And like the way that chess works as a team sport is Like your best player goes against their best player, second best, third best, and vice versa. And it goes along like that. And there's actually like after the fact, they kind of like make sure that you actually stack the boards correctly, that you're not, you know, like sandbagging like the top spot for the other ones, and like they're worth more points, right? The first place is like for your best players worth more points than the lower ones. But anyways, so in relative strength, I was probably the worst, if not like bottom like two or three in our like chess conference at the top board. Because a lot of the top boards like actually had legitimate people who took like chess lessons and like knew what to do, right? And like, read books and stuff like it's stuff I did not do. Um, so the best player in our division was this girl, and she was very very good, and I think she didn't lose a single game um, all season except for one, which was to me, and it was just like it was just a this just absolutely stupid closed position where just like none of the pawns were off the board, and I was just getting absolutely suffocated. I was getting absolutely just demolished. Like I was losing this game. I was down a ton of material. I think I was down 6 points of material. It was just not good. And somehow, some way, I pulled out the win. Like I ended up like she just like got into this real like
Massively
this
blundered.
yeah, she blundered like I don't and like I don't remember. I just remember like looking at the board. I'm like, okay, this is checkmate. And I just remember her chess coach coming over and just being like literally like standing like over like the board, like what the hell is this? Like he had never seen a game that looked like that. Everybody's just looking like what the hell happened? And it was just really really funny. And like the poor girl, like she just like looked like she wanted to just like sink in her chair and like just like leave. Like it was so funny. And like I said, like we were all like friends, and we would hang out after, like we'd hang out like at each other's houses and stuff, because like even though she was on another team, and um so it was just like it was always funny, because then like you can always rip. It's like, well, yeah, you were undefeated except you lost to me, and I'm like the worst player in the whole division. So good job there. Um, but like I was so bad. Like it was really funny because I was so bad. Like one year, I think my junior year, I get called up for an award that like I finished like 10th in the state or something, in some like state tournament, and everyone looks around like, did they call the right person? Everyone's like shocked. Granted, I tied for 10th if with like 40 people, right? It was like some like weird thing, but it was just still real funny. Like, man, oh man, I miss those people. It was just a ton of fun. It was just, but like I said, like it was just like straight nerd shit, Like we were playing Magic the Gathering, we were playing chess variants and stuff, We were going to chess club afterwards, but I don't know, man. We had a ton of fun. Um, and hopefully you guys are having fun. I know we just went off on a long, long tangent about Josh's life. But hey, we got two winners. I got one. Matt's got one. Um, we got another race here. We got 6 minutes to post here. Race three. And looking at the board here, it looks like the one. Hey, guess what? Zach's on the favorite again.
Just every race, just literally be favored every single race tonight.
Yep.
He might actually be favored every race tonight. No, that's not true. I think race 10 he might not be, but it's a lot of races he's favored.
I do think. I mean, you have a much flatter board here, this is the kind of stuff I expect, right? This is more in line with like, okay, there are three horses that are tough to pull apart, and Zach's on a horse. He's going to be favorite. Oh, Michael's saying I only understood about half of it, Josh. Hey, that's half. That's probably a lot
That's
more than
about
most other
that's
people.
about right.
So
That's usually where we strive for.
yeah, but yeah, we got 10 horses in this race. I don't know, Matt. What did you kind of see in here?
I like the 4 in here. I mean, I saw it chalky, right? I mean, I was probably 4-1 and like my pick 3 that I ended up playing. Um, I mean, the 4 has some pretty good proven all weather, pedigree or results here, right? Like, I mean, I think the 3 all weather races have all looked pretty good. So, I mean, I think you'll have to go there. I guess I kind of expect that horse to go off favorite over the one who hasn't run on the surface, I think, but um, did have a pretty good trial over it, I think, is what people are probably betting. Well, that and Zach, but I do think the board kind of has this one right between the 1 and the 4. I guess if I was looking for value in here, and I didn't end up playing it in my pick 3, maybe I should have, or maybe I'll fire a very quick like 20-cent ticket over everything. But I thought the 9 maybe had some value in here. Like Matthew Chadwick's a really sneaky, good all-weather jock for whatever reason. And look, I mean, this horse hasn't had any tries over the surface, so you really don't know. The trials have looked okay. So I do think if you were to get some sort of value in here, I'd be looking for, something in here at a price. Maybe this 9 is there because, to Michael's point, right? There are questions on this 4 for sure. Like, it's he deserves to be short, but I don't know. I guess this is probably the right price. I wouldn't expect to go too much lower than this. So, yeah, I mean, I think I was 4-1, but maybe the 9 has a chance in here if you were looking for some sort of price.
I'll tell you, man. Speed Pro's got this 4. Like, you don't. I don't see +5s very often. So they must really think that this horse is just gonna absolutely roll here. I mean, it's interesting. I normally don't see that big of a difference. And like I said, like it's all right. Like I don't take too much stock into the the raw numbers. Like when I look at these numbers, I'm more looking for what what horses are in a like kind of range here, right? So like you see like the 100 here, for example, for his last race. That just tells me it's like, all right, like let's see, like if you're a horse, if you've like not run, like the eight's got no shot, right? I mean the eight's just not run. The 10 is not run anywhere, right? They're just not close. You can start like eliminating some horses and kind of start, going through a little bit more. And then like I think like also like it helps point out like, hey, like yes, this horse likes this distance, like because their best number has come on this type of track or on this type of distance. So, um, but it's like that's not an end all be all for me whatsoever. But it is something I look at, and like that's a very significant advantage that they're giving this for. Um, I'm kind of surprised that the 5 is taking so much money. Uh,
People do love Brittany Wong on dirt,
I mean,
like
I'm one of them. Like, sign me up.
yeah,
Here I
yeah,
am.
yeah, yeah.
But like,
But the MO is out there that like, okay, she's like the best dirt jockey because like weight really matters on dirt. So
oh, dude, you remember last year when you and I we were just like when the Magic Man shipped in, we're like, all right, Joe Moreira is like 30% on the dirt,
and
and then
finish
like every
second every
time,
single race.
yeah, and then like every single time the horse was just getting absolutely hammered too.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
But hey, I think that's we're 1 minute to post here. I see Keith. He thinks the 9 looks good, and he's got the 9 at fair value here, at 21-1. Um, but I know we were talking on some jock stuff, like who are kind of the sneaky ones I think to watch out for on the dirt, because like we always say, Zach's not as good on dirt as he is everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least in this race, right? Like Matthew Chadwick stands out. Let me see. There's a lot of jockeys who are just not great. Like Angus Chung's 1 for 24, Matthew Poon's 0 for 28, Lexi Bedell 1 for 21, Lyle Hewitson 1 for 11. So Brittany Wong is 6 for 40. 15% there. Karis Teaton's about average. He's 12%. Brenton Abdullah 1 for 26. Jimmy Orman 0 for 10. Never hit the board. and Zach is 4 for 22, so 18%. So I mean, look, I think Matthew Chadwick's probably the one who can catch a slice, right? Not only does he have 5 wins, he has 15, place shows right here in second or third. So he's over 50% hitting the board in the past year on dirt, right? I mean, I think he's your probably sneaky dirt jock in here that people don't have eyes on, because I think, like you said, right, you see Brittany Wong kind of see that value on dirt, right? People have that as their moniker. No one's like saying, "Wow, Matthew Chadwick's a really good dirt jockey." So, um, that's just one where I think you'd go there. I think he's also one that he's really good at, if I remember right, 1,000 meters, right? Like I think he's one that like you can just kind of blind bet at 1,000 meters, and that might come up later on in this card. I think there's 1,000 meter race, but don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's him or somebody
Yeah,
else. I lost him in
real.
the off season. So
They're loading the gate here. I'm gonna take a shot with the 6 here actually. Daily Trophy. I like the inside draw for this horse. I think this horse just barely missed last time out. I think this is a horse that likes the 1,200 meters, likes the all weather. Um, gets Lyle Hewitson, which, um, I mean, he's fine, but this is a horse that does have a number of wins at the track and distance, and seems to always be involved. I think maybe he tailed off a little bit at the end of last year with that seventh and ninth place there, but I don't know. I think he's got a couple of races that definitely fit in here with this group. So I got the 6, and I got a little 4, 5, 6 Quinella.
I think I played a quick win place in the 9, and Quinella with the 9 and the 1 and the 4, just hoping that 9 hits the board with him. But
Look at Brittany's like, hey, watch me be patient. Is this like when Happy Gilmore learned how to putt?
this is shaking out here. I guess it looks like Zach is
Zach's
just getting
really,
the front quick.
Yeah.
These two horses might just extend out.
I mean,
here comes your 6. Your 6 is
outside.
Yeah, I mean, normally you don't like him seeing wide, but he's charging up pretty hard here. So see if he flattens out around that turn or not. But
come on.
It's coming a little bit.
I think the wire is going to get there too quick.
Yeah, Zach has got a lot in the tank.
He's gonna why you give me that hope at the end?
I know.
Oh, you little.
Nope. Oh, the camera angle got you too, but
yeah, I know that last one. Oh, man, I thought
that 9 get up. No, that 9 did not get up. So, well, pick 3's live.
There you go. What did we end
favorite.
up at? I mean, favorite, but I mean,
yeah, it's not gonna pay.
No,
it's all right. The way I played this pick 3 was, I mean, I played it very thin, so let's see. You're calling that 6 though. I didn't have that anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looked like you kind of had to squint a little bit, because you had to toss out 2 kind of bad efforts, but I thought those are both kind of outside draw, and he had a little bit better of a draw here. And I know draw doesn't necessarily matter as much on the dirt, but I thought he was going to be able to save at least a little bit more ground here. So, but he still ends up going 3 friggin' wide the whole way out. So,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter that much on the thin course, but yeah.
Yeah, she broke slow. 4 needs class 5, and the 6 loves the surface. Yeah, the 6. I mean, the 6 looked good until he didn't. But congratulations to the favorite bettors on the 1. But is race 4? Is this where your best bet sits?
Yeah, although I think the price I'm seeing on it now is probably not where I would want it to be. I think I had the 8, Roman Crown, but I think he's kind of second. He's third choice to the 6 at this point. I was 6-8 in the pick 5 or pick 3 rather. Again, I saw it kind of formful, but I thought I couldn't separate the 6 and the 8 all that much. I'll probably play a Quinella between the two of them, to be honest. But um, just price wise, I feel like if I see the same horse, I'm getting double the price on the 8. That's where I want him to go. So
Yeah.
then you had your best bet in what, race 5?
Yeah. Race 5. I really liked the 3 Enjoy Golf. Let's see. Let me pull up the old tote board. What we got early here. 11-1. 11-1. I mean, looks like he's probably going to be like your. Uh, he's probably gonna be like fifth choice, fourth, fifth choice. But I just thought, especially with the track being as firm as it is now, I thought that there's a real good shot that that the 3 is Enjoy Golf in race 5 is going to be able to go wire to wire. So yeah, I'm gonna have a win bet on this 3 in race 5, and then I'm gonna fire that. I'm gonna fire that late. I'm gonna fire that late pick 3. Um, I in the late pick 3, I was 1-3 with 3-7. I think I might toss a 6 and 2 because I think you talked me into that one with 3-9. So
Yeah, I
not
think we were very similar. I used the 8 and the 10 in the first leg as B's, and then I was the 1 instead of the 3 in the last leg. But I was the same in that middle leg. Great that I do think that middle leg is kind of wide open. So I might play something like a 1-all 1-9 or something like that. But that probably doesn't pay anyway because I think that's two favorites. So don't do that. But um, of the legs in there, I think the dirt leg is obviously the hardest one to me.
yeah. Um, so what? Let's see. Sorry, I'm like jumping over like all kinds of screens here. I'm trying to something new and different here, and trying to get over it. The 8 Roman Crown currently 6-1, so sitting at third choice. Pretty. The place line looks pretty flat though. So I wonder if that win price maybe comes down a little bit.
It could.
But
I don't know.
I think you'll still get like 4-1, 4-192. I think it looks like.
Yeah, I mean he's not. It's weird. I don't know. That place line in the 6 is weird. I don't know. I'm not a big. I never really tracked the place odds in this. I don't track it the same way. So it is weird that you see Zach favorite on the win line and it's basically like almost third choice on the place line. So happens.
Yeah, I think race 4. I mean, whenever I see the pace map say good to slow, I'm always looking. I'm like, all right, who's getting the lead here? And they said the 11's getting the lead in this spot. But let's take a look at the PPs here real quick. See what we see here. Interesting. I think the 11's getting the lead. What are they smoking that they think the 11's getting the lead? Did I misread that?
Wait, I don't know.
No. What do you think? Because he won his last race, his last season, he led all the way. Yeah,
Looking at
and
the right race. I don't know.
what are you talking about? I think, I think you're, man. I don't know the 6. I mean, you think the 6 could maybe go on the stretch out? I thought the 4 maybe. I thought the 4 was maybe your leader in here. Drawn in the 2 post. Has led before, and I mean he kind of
Yeah, I
faded
led that
hard
race 2
there.
back, but
And
I don't know who else gets it in here. So
I don't know who else gets it. And like this horse just stinks. Like,
could be the
but
10. The 10 could get it in here. To be honest with you, if
let me
Jerry
know.
Chow just full sends. Yeah.
Are we getting a price on this 4? I mean, not really. 10 to 1,
Actually,
9 to
looking out,
1,
I'm on that.
8 to 1.
Yeah,
Just
there you
kind of
go.
a flat race again.
A little bit. I do think the 6 and the 8 stand out just above the rest of this field. There's not much
Yeah.
else in here.
Yeah. So Michael thinks he's kind of how I do. He thinks the four is a speed. Uh, the model's got HK Ultra. Keith's model's got 6, 11, 10 on the lead. The 11, honestly, that one kind of surprises me. But like, I'm looking at the right, the condensed PPs. I'm not looking super far back.
Yeah, you'd never seen him try and get it, but get the local weight break. You get, you know,
I mean, it's just like
not a lot of other speeds signed on. So
yeah, it's just interesting to me because like you got a horse cutting back that had been closing or not, maybe not necessarily closing, just been slow early, and so I guess there's got to be races back. I will say he does have a win first up, which like I always like to see in these early season races. The one also has a win first up. Um,
yeah,
Talk to me about
and
this one. You like this one at all?
I don't know. It didn't map all that well on my stuff. It's just kind of been, I don't know. It's been sitting at that high weight. Like it can hit the board, but
Yeah, this is probably a horse that probably needs to lose a couple races or needs a bug or something.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna make a case, I guess you could argue that like he was making up ground. And a lot of those races towards the end of last season in Class 4 were one on the front end, right? Like you look like the winner in that two back race in May went wire to wire. Last race horse was sitting in second and it closed, and the horse was making up lengths. So maybe I don't know. Just
I don't know, man.
wait and draw. I think turned me off.
But the thing is, like, I almost feel like the one might be ahead of the 11. Like, I don't see the 11. Like, I mean, let me pull up
Maybe
the.
I don't know. I think the only times that horse has been somewhat close has been really slow paces, though. Like you can see that horse doesn't have any like natural speed kind of early in my stuff. So
Oh, I'm not sharing. Oh, well, that's not going to show up anyways because I'm clicking through here and trying to find. Uh, Let me share my other screen. Where are we? Oh, God, too many windows open. There we go. So, like, yeah, I pulled up the kind of like the extended runs here, and like I get it, right? Like he won first up wire to wire last year, so maybe they just think that's what he's gonna do here again. But then like he didn't sniff the lead the rest of the time. I mean, he stretched out 1800 and didn't even get the lead. Like I don't know, that's weird. It's weird to me, but let's go back to the PP. I actually this is kind of a fascinating race. I'm not saying I know what the heck's gonna happen in here. I just think it's interesting. Like, um,
I thought, like I said, I thought it was just amongst two horses, but we'll see. So we'll see if I can stay awake through it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bunch. This race is tough. I mean, you kind of see it on the board too. I mean, like the six is 9 to 5, and then you get a couple horses like they're floating around 4 to 1 and the 8 and the 1, and then yeah, I think it gets kind of open. I think I'm gonna take a shot with this four. I'm gonna take a shot with this four, and then I think I'm gonna take a shot with I'm gonna take a shot with my 3 in race 5. It's my best bet of the day, so I'm gonna fire a little bit there. But yeah, models. But why male models? But all right, Matt. I can tell you're running out of steam over there. So I know what
Unfortunately,
it's. I
I gotta
know
sleep
we're.
off the rest of it.
I
But
know it's early. We're in early season, but what once it falls back, it starts an hour earlier, doesn't it?
yeah, it'll start at midnight. So
So
be
that'll be a little bit easier, I think on us to maybe go a little bit later. But um, appreciate everybody in chat. You know, saw Russ in there, obviously Keith, Michael. Appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us, and it makes things fun for us. So obviously, Matt, we'll record again next week at our normal time. We'll get our stuff up on Friday, and we'll keep you guys up to date on when we do some lot more live stuff. I think we're aiming for once a month to do this, and hopefully, like I said, once the time change hits and it starts a little earlier, we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to maybe do a couple more races. But if you haven't yet, obviously check out the recording we did. We talk about our late pick 3 picks there. We kind of talked about them a little bit here as well. And on thewronglead.com at wrong_lead on Twitter. I am at Cherry Drank. He is at Slow and Steadied and very sleepy.
2 kids, they'll be up in like 4 hours. So it'll be a fun day. But
all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.
thanks, everybody. See you.